had asked.
I'm special. I've been abused worse than you. It's my special
Say
privilege now.
Biden at one point in his presidency lost his mind. He wasn't all there. And I rather vote for a Republican Party than a Democrat Party, a party that says it's okay for children to mutilate their bodies. It's okay for grown ass adults to teach children about sexuality in elementary and middle school. So what kind of shit is that? What kind of political party sits there and says that's okay to do just to get votes on their party? I'd rather not vote for that. That is corruption. That is just them squeezing and pandering as many votes as they can for their party without even realizing the consequences to their actions until it's too late. And I'm not signing up for no political party that just doesn't give a rat's ass about the American people. What the American people say. We say we want to jump. They say, oh, I'm going to sit down. We give them a reason to jump, and they still sit down.
Mr. E, you sound racist. You sound sexist. You sound bigoted, Mr. E.
How do I sound racist? How do I sound bigoted?
Well, that's what you will be accused. That's what you will be accused of if you oppose the 60% of the population. Thank God we have a republic and not a democracy. Hello?
We got the pros in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to any room on this app right now and you can hear
He's not wrong. He could be a troll, but he's still fucking right.
Yeah, I am retarded.
I'm not trolling nobody. I'm just saying, why would I vote for a party that says it's okay for a child to say, oh, I don't feel like let's take this as an example. A boy, he says, I don't feel like I'm a boy. I feel like I'm a girl, and I want to mutilate my body just because I'm mentally ill.
What politicians running on that? Let me know which one.
Kima, they all run on it. Don't you live outside of Chicago? The future mayor, Alexia Giannopoulos, a criminal, murderer. The next mayor of Chicago is a confirmed murderer, a confirmed career criminal. Stole 400 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he stole 400 million. He had to settle with the FDIC for 5 million, and he runs on a pro LGBTQ, IA, trans, etc. The guy is fully woke. Well, lots of Congress people and senators run on pro-LGBTQ content nonstop. Are you kidding me? June month, you get to see them all. They all do clown shows all June long. It's crazy. Hello?
That's my point exactly. There's that shit all month. And it's not even just 1 month. It's like every single month they have to bring it up. It's like, it's to the point where, like, good God, I want to go a whole month without hearing or seeing anything about the LGBTQ.
I haven't saw not one politician bring up LGBT, mutilate your body. I haven't seen one. But you let me know which ones are. Please let me know who's running on mutilating children's bodies. Who's running on LGBT. Let me know who's running on that.
Viking, you want to take this? Because I just cannot believe this guy has not heard that one.
What do you mean, like the Kamala, what was that team's called? That trans people for Kamala and all that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess.
People that support her, what did she say about it?
And she happily took their votes and happily agreed with them, period.
And Trump took racist votes. Now what? Like, what I mean, you can't vote for you. Are you serious?
What did Trump say or do that was racist?
It's a long list. If you don't know, then you don't want to know.
No, I want to know. I legit want to know. What has he said or done that was racist?
Shithole country. Eating cats and dogs. Like we can start there.
Shithole countries is not racist, dude.
That's not a race. Yeah, that's not racist. But is there not countries that are shithholes? Let's be honest. Is there countries that are not so crappy?
Somalia is a shithole. Sudan is a shithole.
We live in one.
No, we don't.
Oh, hell no, we don't.
That's why he said he want to make it great again. Like, because he's claimed this shithole.
Hey, Kima.
Trump sits on America more than anybody.
Hey, Kima, don't you...
Trump talks all day about how shitty America is and how he wants to fix it. What are you talking about?
Well, that's because shit here does suck. We've opened up the borders. We mass vaccinated our population. We murder 3,000 babies a day. Well, that's because the Democrats are in charge. They run everything. Hakima, what I don't understand is you may dislike Trump, but don't you appreciate someone? Don't you appreciate someone more that says what they feel what they say, and they actually say what they mean, as opposed to somebody who has to pussyfoot around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt your feelings." You want our president to be the faggot running around town saying, "I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to say anything. I'm not going to say anything because it could offend you." That's the type of faggot you want leading this country, Hakima? Hello?
Yeah, I don't want a president like that. I want a president who's willing to stand behind his people, behind his country, keep his country number one, keep moving the country in a positive forward place, not going backwards or not moving at all. It's like because a country that doesn't move doesn't progress, and one that progresses not progress, digresses backwards, is a country that's destined to fail. I don't want this country to fail. I never want to see this country fail. Lord forbid this country fail, because if it fails, the rest of the world goes to shit. Period.
Hey, do y'all care about Trump spending money with all the stock trade he's doing, with the insider trade? Do y'all care about that? Do y'all care about
You guys never cared before. Now you care. Nancy Pelosi and all of them have been done. Yeah, you've been doing this shit for long.
What politician? Now tell me, what politician or one person in the stock market has done insider trading?
How much is Nancy Pelosi not doing? Yes, we've been doing it for years.
Absolutely. When Martha Stewart did it, everybody complained about it.
Complain about Trump doing it. Complain about it. I want to hear you complain about it.
Is there proof that Trump did it? Is there concrete proof that Trump did it? There was concrete proof that Martha Stewart did it, and she was sentenced.
21,000.
I mean, Hillary, let me see the Clintons. The Clintons made it. Let me see Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. I mean, there's a host of them. But you guys never cared about it. You don't call out your own side. Like, fuck that. Like, all of a sudden, now, I want to hear you say Trump. Like, fuck you. You didn't care about it until Trump. You just care because it's Trump. That's all it is. That's why people say you have TDS. Because you don't really stand for shit. You lie. You're hypocritical.
Right, and then people, and these are the same people that bitch about people getting deported who don't belong here. It's like, if they're illegal, they have broke the law. It's considered a criminal activity. What part of they cross into our country illegally, they committed a crime, they're considered a criminal, do you not understand?
What part of this government, this country needed those people to come over the border? That's why those people are still here. Hear me out. Those people that came over the border, the Venezuelans, they still here. He did not deport those people. They needed those people here. They get them out of here. I don't care about that.
Hakima, is that just like your opinion or something? Because I mean, do you have a link suggesting any evidence that we needed them?
Shut up.
Well, you are one of my top campaign donors for Congress, so.
Immigrants that have come to this country, do we actually need? Now, if we were to if the United States would close their borders.
Yeah, we needed the ones that came over and murdered our young people, slaughtered them, sliced their throats, shot them in the faces. Lots of examples, hundreds and thousands of examples. Everywhere, every major sanctuary city, we've lost young innocent Americans. Just a girl out on a jog got fucking raped in the forest and murdered by somebody from Venezuela. I can show you countless examples.
Didn't we march in March when he sent all those hundreds of Venezuelans to, was it Ecuador? Under the alien enemy laws. What did the Democrats do? Oh yeah, they took him to court on those issues, and he deported those Venezuelans that said wasn't there. You guys were in the streets, no kings, apparently, and holding Venezuelan flags. Like, I mean, the people of Venezuela were saying, thank you, Trump, for getting rid of dipshit, and you guys were, oh my God, he's a dictator and all that stuff, and he deported all those criminal elements to Ecuador, who said, yep, give them to us. We'll hold them because they've been affecting our country. We'll put them in prison, and we'll take care of them. And you guys took him to court over that. So it's actually wrong what you said. Like, see, now you're a hypocrite again. You said he didn't deport Venezuela. He deported hundreds of them. You're allowed.
Yeah, he did.
Millions came in, though, bro.
Deported hundreds of them.
Came in. You talking about
I ain't captured him yet. He's still
What are
deported.
you talking about?
He's deported thousands of them. I think at the time
Okay,
right now.
thousands opposed to millions. What are you
Okay,
talking about?
they're working as fast as they can. They have to go through all your hurdles and all your sanctuary.
You really think that, huh?
Yeah, he's got to work with all
Yeah, and all the people who are aiding these illegals, they should be arrested too and sent to prison for being traitors to the nation. Period. There's no excuse you can give me to be aiding an illegal person in this country or any other country. If I were to go to France and I overstayed my welcome there, and I would be deported immediately, no questions asked about it. So what is the difference between our country doing it and France doing it, Germany doing it, Russia doing it?
Can I ask you a question, Mr. E? Is Germany or France America? Like literally, like America's always stood apart from every last country. Bring me your tired, your weary. Like America's always different, a beacon of light. So don't act like America is Germany or America is France or America is any other fucking country.
I'm not. I'm saying we all have similar policies about illegals. So what makes us, so there's a border, there's multiple borders you can leave. You don't like it, get the hell out.
Plan for one day, because I want to know what it's like to remove accountability, not even fucking represent the truth about what goes on, and just basically make up shit, and then be so hypocritical and think you're somehow a virtue to saying that you're standing for America, when quite literally A, you lied, B, you told a hypocritical shit yet again, and you're still continuing to do that. You flip-flop more than a pancake.
Brad, Hakima has fucked over 30 Uber passengers. Like, the man has got some skills. He's got a little game, but he is retarded. Hello?
That's so dumbass,
Look what's happening in what is it, Dearborn, Michigan? And Dearborn, Michigan, have y'all seen what's going on over there? That shit don't even look like America anymore. That shit, it's scary to see what's going on over there. When a country or when a state fails its people and allows foreigners to come in and run for office and push their agendas instead of the American agenda, you start losing the country.
That's literally in the Constitution. What are you talking about? They welcome all religions, all colors of people. That's what it's supposed to be, unless you don't believe in the Constitution. Y'all are the most
wait. Again, another
No. We can welcome people. I believe in welcoming people.
Hold on. This is rich because it was the Dearborn mayor, right? Or maybe whatever that town is up in Michigan. The mayor got on the fucking whole thing where there was a Christian man, a man of, Christian integrity, minister, one of these people out there. And he sat there and went to a town council meeting. And the mayor was actually filmed. It was AI. It wasn't made up. It was actually this quote where he said, "It will be perfect. We will hold a parade when we get all of you Christians." He said Christians, by the way, and get all you people out of here, out of their town, because he was elected in. And what's funny is the guy that went to complain about him against the hostilities that Christians were facing in the town was one of his supporters. He went there and gave campaign funds and then turned around and told them, "Well, we want you out of here. We're going to push you out of here." So that's rich. Again, another hypocrisy that you didn't even fucking acknowledge. And yes, I think those idiots that are sitting there saying to people, similar to what happened in St. Paul, Minnesota, to particularly black neighborhoods, because Waltz was really concerned with people minorities, so he dumped a whole bunch of refugees smack dab, you guessed it, in that black neighborhood that had prominence, that had homes and all that stuff, and then was basically like, "Yep, no, you guys can move out. We want to cater to the Somalians." And that's what ended up happening. So, you guys are literally two-faced to even actually care. And when you do say you care, it's rich to want to go, "Oh, but Trump, but you don't even take the actions with Mr. Jazz Hands. Fuck's sake. He's got a whole fucking welfare fraud saying, "Oh, immigrants don't take any welfare money." Literally they do, like Indians. Literally in the fucking billions from one state alone. And guess the people in that state needed those funds. There are people that were hurting in that state.
and they are still hurting today. But guess what? They didn't get those funds because why? Because it's okay. We're being racist. So fuck the Somalis, send them back. I don't give a fuck. Drop them out of the sea over their country. Sprinkle them like pepper on a pasta dish. I don't fucking care. Get them down there, look and go. Because quite frankly, I don't think we need to worry about them. We don't need to do this. The American people needed that relief. They needed that. But you didn't care about them. You only cared about Trump targeting the Somali community. You give a fuck all about, hey, you know what? That really hurt many communities, including minority communities around, and prevented them from receiving what they desperately needed.
Y'all love to paint these imaginary boxes, putting people in there. You guys, you never heard me support none of that shit you just said. So if you want to talk to me, talk to me. Talk about shit you know I supported. Ask me a fucking question, but don't put me in no dumbass box. Don't do that, Brad.
Did you support Mr. Jacks for vice president under Kamala?
I voted for Kamala.
Then you supported that.
Kima, I wanted to ask you.
So that means you supported Trump and all his Epstein dealings, right? I mean, you supported that. Him raping E. Jean Carroll, and he's still trying to get the Supreme Court to get him out of paying the lady her money. That means you supported that, right?
All the Epstein things? Which Epstein things are you talking about?
Hold on. That means you supported Trump when he raped Katie Johnson, who said that him and Epstein violently raped her when she was 13. I mean, you support that, right? Get out of here. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
So let's see. St. Katie Johnson, who said, hey, no, I was under duress when I reported about Trump, and she retracted her statements about Trump. So we should be aware of that. But you left that part up. Nice catch, nice try. Thanks for playing. Come again soon. Same thing with the Epstein Island. You also said that he went to Epstein Island. Actually, Trump's never been to Epstein Island. And the times that he did fly on Epstein, the times that he flew on the Epstein jet was before Epstein even built the island. Secondly, Trump actually threw him out, actually corroborated with police. And to date, despite the millions and troves of documents and all this, quote, evidence that exists out there, even under Democrat control, which they would have leveraged and they would have utilized and they would have done, absolutely, because they basically created a corroborated charge to get him on a felony, so they thought that would hurt him in the election. You guys basically said, oh, yep, he's a kitty toucher. Because of why? You have no evidence. You haven't done anything. The E. Jean Carroll case, everybody's upset about it. We call it a bastardization of justice. But what's ironic about this in New York State, when they did that case solely to target Trump because they used that girl as a proxy and she's batshit fucking crazy. But it's amazing that he can walk into a public store on Main Street in New York and magically have all the cameras closed off and tell everybody in the store to leave before he became a politician, before he was just a rich guy, but that people adored all throughout New York City. But he was a rich guy, and somehow or another, he managed on a busy fucking day to tell everybody, including the manager and the owner of the fucking store, to kick everybody out so he could rape a woman in a fucking, what was it, a dressing room? No. And he couldn't even remember the details of it.
She couldn't even remember the store.
Yeah, and secondly, lastly, when you sit there and go and make these claims and then say, "Oh, he's still trying," yeah, an innocent man probably would fight to clear his name a little bit more aggressively. And do I like how he's doing it? Maybe. I have some concerns about it, but I can understand his vehemence under it, especially since it was pretty much a laughable thing. And you did it under a civil court and tried to get the label on him that he was a rapist, which he was never convicted of rape. He was found liable for slander, and that's the main issue.
Viking, like Kima, you gotta understand this. And what's up, everybody? And Kima, the E. Jean Carroll case. Think about this. She accused Trump of rape. He denied it, and then she basically sued him for defamation of character because he denied it. Think about that. Like, think about that.
That's not why.
That's exactly what happened. She said that he slandered her name by saying she made up rape allegations.
He was told to stop talking about her.
It was a civil case. She couldn't even tell you the name of the store or the year it happened. But think about that, Kima. You're accused of rape. You say that woman's crazy. She's making it up. And then they sue you in a civil court for defamation of character for denying it.
The last time I checked, when OJ got found not guilty for murder, then guilty in the fucking civil case, everybody and you motherfuckers use that to demonize OJ to the fucking day. But now that Trump gets convicted in civil court, now, it's just a civil court. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what?
What? Nobody demonized
Yeah, I know what.
OJ Simpson. We just all said, yeah, that prosecution was shit. That prosecution sucked, and that was just blatantly fucking drop ball by the DAs, and we were pissed off about it.
The civil case against OJ was because they died on his property, so they went after him saying they died on his property, so they kind of went after him.
He also went and stole his own items, even though they were
But I'm saying the
seized
civil case
indiscriminately.
has nothing to do with saying that, well, OJ, we know you did it, we just couldn't find you criminal. Like, they said it because it was, like, they were on his property.
Hey, do you believe OJ killed her? Do you believe it?
So OJ was found not guilty.
Do you believe it? I'm asking, do you believe he killed her?
Yeah.
So I think OJ killed it. No, you know what I heard? I heard that his son actually was the one who killed him, and he covered for his son. So his son was the one who killed him, and then he covered for his son, knowing that he probably wouldn't get
He
convicted.
covered
No,
for his son.
he
Did
killed
you
him.
ever say he did it? How did he cover for his son? And he
He killed them. He did it. OJ did it.
But again, us saying that OJ did it doesn't equate to Trump raping E. Jean Carroll. Sure, you can't call Trump a rapist, just like you can't call OJ a murderer. You can't call Trump a racist. And I wanted to go back to the thing we said earlier.
OJ or Donald Trump. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy. How
Earlier
y'all
you
trying to
said this-
minimize a civil case like it don't mean anything.
Yeah, but
Compare the two. You cannot compare the two.
yeah. But earlier,
OJ did it. There was plenty of evidence. I mean, there was overwhelming evidence. There was not evidence that he raped her.
she couldn't even remember the name of the store or the year. And you bring up the Epstein files. He's mentioned over 4,000 times. Well, if he's mentioned over 4,000 times, it should be pretty easy for you guys to find something. You guys have nothing on that.
I don't know if you.
People that actually did the bad acts, but they won't fucking go after and call those people out.
And wait till it probably comes out that Trump's the reason we even found out about Epstein.
Well, yeah, he's one of the reasons. But I'd like to point out that I saw on X today there was a non-reported disclosure in the Epstein files that Epstein set up a World Health Organization pre-pandemic meeting with Gates. It's so explicit, meaning that like Epstein and Gates are actually probably the maybe one of the prima causa sources of the entire COVID-19 experiment. And anyways, the one thing I wanted to say was, Hakima, just imagine if Donald Trump was black. Hey, you're my campaign contributor. I'm talking to you. Well, you should be careful who you give your money to then. The point is, if Donald Trump was black and he had cornrows, well, I'd still love him. I'd still like him. But you are a racist, and you hate Donald Trump because he's white. I am complete.
Hey, man, hey, Timothy checking in, man. I got a question for the stage, though, as well as for the room, man. If somebody can help me. I might be a little slow. But, what does it mean if you can't see the room on your homepage? What does that mean?
Someone has you blocked in the room.
Somebody in the room. Somebody on the stage has me blocked. Wow, what did Timothy do to y'all? Can somebody let me know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't have you blocked.
I don't know what that's all about.
Wow, bro.
Do you have anybody blocked yourself?
Nah, I don't have nobody blocked myself, but
Yeah, I blocked Timothy because he called me a nigga. And so I blocked him because he's a potty mouth. He's a juvenile. He's a low IQ delinquent.
I appreciate the honesty, gang.
So, Keem, I wanted to talk. Earlier, you mentioned something. I was trying to get up here earlier, but I finally got here. Earlier, you said Trump stole money from the stock market. What do you mean by that?
I meant the 21,000 trades he did based on the Iran war, where he was buying, where he did 21,000. He did his financial report. He did 21,000 trades over a short period of time, over the last 4 or 5 months, and he made billions of dollars from that. That's what I mean. He stole money from the stock market.
What was he trading it on?
Look it up. I mean, come on. I'm not gonna do your.
Well, I'm assuming you mean like defense companies.
I mean, all kind of shit. Look it up. Look it up. It was 21,000, so it's not one thing. So look it up.
I guess it could have been oil.
Look it up.
Well, are you confusing Donald Trump with like Trump family members?
Okay, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Because a lot of people say like the Trump organization is getting rich.
Of course he didn't do it. Of course.
No, I'm saying a lot of people are saying that.
None of them never did any of them trades prior to this year. All of a sudden they are.
I'm sure they trade all the fucking time.
Yo, Ro Khanna made $200 million doing automated trading with his wife.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do what about business. I'm not going to try to do that to you. I'm saying like, because a lot of people do this. They're like,
are unprecedented. Like that's something that him or his family has never done until this year.
I'm gonna go look. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go look into them. But a lot of people confuse like the Trump family with Trump, right? Like, so the Trump organization or the Trump Foundation or the old Trump, like the family business is the Trump organization, right? Like you go on the website Trump whatever, it's the Trump name. The kids are involved, everyone's involved. Just because like family members of Donald Trump make money doesn't mean Trump is the one making money. Does that make sense?
Why does everybody here have to constantly just ask questions? Don't you realize that if Trump wasn't our president and if Kamala was our president, the country would be defeated. It would have imploded, eroded, degraded, retarded. We should make Trump a king and make him the richest man on the fucking planet. His family saved America, you fucking idiot.
Well, that's all. It goes even more further than this. So in 2026 in July, the bill that restricted some stock options, it has a lot of loopholes, but it had some stock options in it. Do you want to know who made sure that there was an exemption for the presidency on that one? Because believe it or not, in the actual bill, it exempts the presidency. Do you want to know who is the biggest champion for that overwhelmingly? Take a guess. I'll give you. Their party begins with a D.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, it was Democrats. They cheered that on. The president and vice president from the Stock Options Restriction Act, the bill that passed in July 2026, aren't affected. They're not called out. In fact, they are literally listed as exempted from that legislation. Amazing, right? But the team side voted for it and cheered it on.
This is a good segue. Hakim, what I find difficult in those conversations, it always becomes about like a personality, political personality, and people who might be supporting the policies might not like Trump. People might like his personality but not support his policies. And you mentioned that you don't think that he's America first. And I was kind of lukewarm when he came into office about what he was doing. But I mean, if you look at some of his policies, I think you'll find that you would qualify them as America first. Like the thing that he did with tariffs, many people didn't like it, but it created a lot of leverage for the United States to do trade deals, but also invite the manufacturers back in the country. Or something like, what else did he do in his latest? The NATO, scaling down to 5% and forcing Europe to take care of itself, under the threat of, Russian expansion. That's a positive thing, and positive thing for the United States, and actually a positive thing for Europe as well, because they're finally going to be more self-sufficient militarily. What else?
Let's see, he only saved your fucking country. He saved your fucking country, Ukraine. You could thank him for saving your fucking country, Ukraine. He saved it single-handedly.
Couple of
What is that lady yelling?
I'm trying to hold on, thank you. I'm just gonna list a couple more. So it's not just too off. The prescription drug policy, that made it more affordable for people and comparable to other nations to, afford prescription drugs, or like energy policies that focused on oil and natural gas also benefits America. So I mean, southern border, tightening southern border. I think that's also a good thing. So there's plenty of things that you could qualify as America First policies, and I don't like him as a person. He's bombastic. He's he might be not a preferred speaker, but if you look at the policies, there are some that America First policy.
No, I would strongly disagree. Like, the first you said tariffs, not America First. Like, it did not create the fabulous trade deal. Actually, I believe Supreme Court shot the shit down that he didn't have the power to do it. He lost all that leverage. That shit went away because tariffs are nothing but a tax on the people. And
that's not a very accurate analysis of it.
So tariffs not a tax on the
So Hakima, so when a country imposes tariffs on the foreign countries and import of, I mean, China was the primary goal of that whole thing, because China, even Obama, by the way, Obama was one of the forward-thinking leaders in those terms, because he imposed tariffs on China, but he did it only in certain industries, and it was definitely not enough. What Trump did, he basically closed all the doors for China to allow their trade to go into the back door, like through Canada or any other European countries. And how is that bad? I mean, it doesn't allow our strategic enemy to infiltrate our markets and flood them with cheap goods.
For one, it's bad because it was illegal. He did not have the power to do what he was attempting to do.
But we're talking about whether it benefits America, right?
Did it benefit America? No,
Yeah,
it did not benefit America.
Yeah, it provided.
I have heard Andre talk endlessly with the black music. It's so pathetic and lame.
To go. Yeah, but you're not answering the question, Hakima. Did it benefit American economy?
No, it did not benefit the. Where
Well,
do American economy stand right
okay,
now?
once.
Where do American economy stand right now under Donald Trump? Unemployment is going up. More people are stopping looking for jobs.
I have heard Andre talk with Elon Musk, aka Adrian Dippin, and those combos are also
Unemployment's fairly low. It's less than
Hundreds of thousands people have stopped looking for jobs. What are you talking about?
No, that's an excuse.
Wait a minute.
Again.
So wait. When Republicans said that after COVID, and you guys were like, look at the unemployment rates going up. No. You guys said that same thing, but honestly, it's not that they're not. They're not looking for other jobs. What they did is they found.
I really
Gentlemen.
wish I could stick around, but the sun is low. I gotta go to sleep.
You have to
I
sleep?
really hope I can. I do have to sleep. Yes. I do hope to see you all at some point. To everybody.
Just delete the app, Sawyer. Do yourself a favor. Just don't do it. Don't.
Another time. I'll see you all around.
Alistair is in Crowley. Hello?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, have a
So,
good night.
third quarter 2025, 4.3%. Fourth quarter 2025, 4.4%. But then in the first quarter and the second quarter of 2026, it goes down to 4.33% and 4.27%. No, but you're just finding an excuse to explain. You said yourself. Hold on. You said yourself. Yes, I do. But you said yourself that unemployment went up. I mean, we have statistics that tell us the opposite. And when I said,
Hello, I've come to participate in the Tuesday evening debate.
hold on. So, and then you give me anecdotal evidence to hand wave at the statistics. So what are we gonna look at in order to determine whether the employment went up or down? Like, what kind of sources should we?
The workforce participation rate. Look that up. If you looked up the other thing, look up the workforce participation rate, see if it went up or down, and see how that affects unemployment. Then get back, correct me once you see that. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
So again, we'll go through this. So these people under Akima's belief, these people are just stopped working. So they must not be eating because overall across the nation, 11% across the nation has fallen from SNAP benefits. In fact, participation in every fucking subsistence program in every state except one fucking state, Alaska. Out of all the states, Alaska, which is understandable. It's cold, it's tough up there, work is work, and you know, they deal with mostly oil. But we would expect Alaska to be one of these. So again, you're interrupting. So I guess you don't want to speak, right? Because we can play that game too.
I don't care. I don't care.
44 states saw a decline of more than 5% in 2026 in the beginning, even to this day, and 23 states saw declines of over 10%. So clearly these people are just dying in the streets, stacking up. He's dying from because they're not food stamps, they're not getting housing assistance, they're not getting financial assistance, they're not getting anything. Workers' comp claims are lowering. So I'm kind of confused as to where all these people now are getting money. You know what it must be? They must be fucking just, I don't know, fucking their way through it. They must be doing prostitute. Millions of people.
Right. Hold on. So Hakima, to be fair to you, for the same period of time, it's 62.33% for the third quarter 2025, and fourth quarter is 62.45, so it goes a little bit up, and then it drops down to 62% in the first quarter and 61.7%. However, that does not automatically can be interpreted as a decline in participation. The better statistic to look at is the prime age participation rate, which is 25 to 54 age people. And when we look at this one, it stays pretty much the same. So it's 83.6, 83.8, 83.9, 83.7. So there's no decline in participation, and unemployment rate is pretty stable. So it's an overstatement to say that somehow the unemployment is skyrocketing or, is going up.
I never not once it is skyrocketing, and the workforce participation rate definitely matters.
Akima, do you understand the difference between workforce participation rate and how and I haven't asked you the question and how okay. Okay. When you stop freaking out, I'm going to continue. So, and how aging population might affect it. So the better statistic to look at is the prime age labor force participation, because it actually tells us about the people who are eligible for jobs and what is their employment rate.
Your spirit and your soul is.
Oh, and it's very clue, Andre, you should look up the college participation rate, which also has significantly grown. So what they like to do is try to tap in that 16 to 25, that, part-time work or those mitigating ones and use them. But once again, I'm just going to do this. It's hypocritical. Because again, when people said this under Biden during the COVID restrictions, they were like, oh no, unemployment's coming down. And we said, hey, the labor participation rate is falling. People are looking elsewhere on lines and they're not coming back to the workforce because they're finding other avenues of gainful wealth. And they're making it. And people cited OnlyFans. Yes, like there's a lot of people that did OnlyFans. Whatever it is, and they made money. Like, hats off to them. Like, when are you going to complain about it? They did something. They did it. I don't really care. You don't have to. You can be moral of it, but in actuality, they were paying taxes, they were collecting money, and they're doing their thing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really give a damn if they're working at a steel plant making license plates, or if they're, I don't know, crocheting naked on fucking OnlyFans. I don't know if that's a thing. I've just made it up off the top of my head.
But what's also, this is just a kind of a side note. What's ironic when the United States is constantly getting compared to European countries and how great they are, people never cite their unemployment rate, and that stuff is scary.
Very true. And then the cost of like just paying taxes. They never account for it. And then when we'll do, like Mike was trying to do the comparison of Germany and other nations, then they're like, oh, who gives a fuck about the other nations? And again, it just fucking pisses me off. Same thing with like healthcare. We should be Norway or some other country. And I'm like, do you look at that? Do you understand the dynamics? Do you know how it functions? Nope. But we should just be like them. And they're just like, again, they I don't know. Like the TDS folks are weird. Flat earthers, they're weird. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like there comes a point where you have to ask and say, you can't just be against Trump because you hate Trump. You don't have to like the guy. No one's asking you to have a beer with him. Nobody's asking you to have dinner with him. Nobody's asking you to fucking have him like hold a party and have you invited over. In fact, you don't even have to vote for him. That's the beauty of it. But you know what? To sit there and say that the man hasn't many kind of accomplishments and hasn't moved and done things that have been positive for Americans is just absurd. And again, you'll go back to like something about an Epstein file, which doesn't correlate anything. And everything else you've said tonight, from ICE to workforce, has been wrong. Literally, every single thing you've said has been proven invalid or wrong.
Oh, where'd he go?
Surprise.
I was gonna mention the stock, like the stock things. Just like this dude, like he said, 21,000 trades. When you even it takes you 5 seconds to figure this one out. All of his money is in these brokerage firms, and these brokerage firms, they have like trigger points on all the stocks he has. So if the stock reaches a certain thing, it's an automatic start selling it. If it reaches a certain other point, automatic start buying it. He's not like in there making these trades. There's people that are handling his money, and they're making constant trades. That's how all these big wigs do it. And sometimes the trades are triggered just because of where the stock gets. Like they have an automatic triggering point. And so if the stock gets to it, bang, 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 bang. It's not like Trump's going in there doing something with Iran, and then Trump's getting on the phone and be like, hey, do this. No, that's not how it's working.
Well, Mike, it goes deeper than that. If they were so concerned about it, why did they write the exemption into the bill that was meant to curtail it? Why did they specifically cite the president and vice president is not subject to these stock trade restrictions in July of this year? Why? If they were so concerned about it, why did his side vote unanimously to include that measure?
But you know, so for somebody like Hakima, there are legitimate avenues for him to explore to critique Trump, but it all becomes very emotional. I mean, like you could cite something like trying to try to eliminate birthright citizenship, or you can talk about I don't know, something like expansion of executive power, which is always bad, and all the presidents have tried to do it. He's doing it in much more like bullish way, like he's not concerned about the optics. I mean, you could, choose those strings, but I mean, it all becomes very emotional, like personal.
That's why, like, when I look at the polling and I look at the midterm races, I still think the Republicans hold the Senate, and I'm still sticking with that. I still, like I said earlier, it's a coin flip for the House. But when I look at these and I start to it, I'm looking at the fractures that are occurring. Like 130, what was it, Andre? 136 candidates by the quote DSA.
Oh, dude, that scares the shit out of me, man. I can't believe it.
They're
But
gonna
that guy,
get
that's
destroyed. Like
well, wait, hold on. They already did. They
No,
only
I'm saying,
won
but the other
7
ones are on their high
races.
horse. So like, look at all the Democrat socialists winning their election. They're winning primaries. They're not winning elections. They forget to tell you the
No,
second part.
but that's a
They're
Mike.
winning against other Democrats.
That's a very bad. That's a very bad sign. When the radicals
Yeah, but once
are
they go up in the
becoming
real
the tail that wags the dog. That's not good.
Yeah, but they won 7. Like, they only have 7 victories out of like over 100 they endorsed. Trump, for his credit, during this, he's got what, a 92, 94% success rate in endorsed candidates. And he's backed some people that were like against incumbents, like pretty much a lot of them. He's reshaped who's running up in the primaries. And people are like, saying, no, Tallarico's going to win. I don't know on the ground here why people think Tallarico's going to win. I'm sitting here going, I don't see it, because everybody in Texas is like, we want nothing to do with these guys. So I'm kind of confused. If he wins, I'd be shocked.
So wait, Brett, are you saying that they won only 8? Because I remember the number being like, I mean, it wasn't as, it wasn't as big as half, but I thought it was like in the 60s, 60 candidates nationwide from DSA won the preliminary.
Hold on, I'll pull it right up for you.
That's the number is concerning, especially like once you read their, like the things that they want to do, like eliminate the presidential office, Senate, turn it into
They want to get rid of the Senate.
popular, populist democracy.
We want to get rid of the Senate. And Lay's like, why do you? She's like, well, we think that every state should be equally represented. It's like, wait, the Senate has 2 people from every state.
What they want is the tyranny of the masses, because like they can promise bread. What is it? What did the Bolsheviks do? The factories to the workers and the bread to the farmers, and then people will kind of bite onto this, and then they gain majority, and then it becomes the tyranny of the majority.
That's what I'm saying. They want to get rid of the Senate because they want it to be majority rule.
Heaven, he said, this comes from heaven.
They want fucking New York and California and all that shit just to run the place. Crazy. What's the other one? They want to get rid of prisons, abolish ICE. They want to abolish ICE, but they also want to enforce immigration. Well, how the fuck are you going to enforce immigration on that ICE? It doesn't make sense. But I'm glad to agree with you there on the socialism, Democratic things, Democratic socialism. They're a problem for the Democratic Party, 100%.
Well, it's a Fabian tactic, right? When you infiltrate the system and you change it from within, slowly but surely, and then you take over.
Okay, I apologize, Andre. I was a little bit off. It's 16 wins, 29 losses, and 106 still running. They have about a 35.
Is it including local?
No, it's not local. This is nationally.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about local.
That's still a scary number. I mean, when it's double digits, it's not good.
I'm not too concerned about it, because here's what's going to happen. They're going to split the vote. And what's going to end up happening is, this is where the DSA is really ridiculously retarded, and people like Hikima are retarded for backing. Here's what's really going to happen. Those Democrats, part of the DNC, the ones that would back the other candidate, they're not voting for these idiots. They don't want them. And the main reason is they were very vocal about their opposition. So, and they're all close races. So one of 2 things are going to happen. Some of them are going to actually trickle over and vote for the Republican candidate because they're going to be opposed. We know that's going to happen. Maybe 1 or 2 of these guys will be able to pull some small percentage over, but the majority will stay home. And we can see this in a pattern. And the DSA has split those tickets, and they'll lose against a Republican, a mediocre Republican, my guess. And that's really what's going to happen, is a lot of these Democrats are going to be like, you know what, I don't want to vote for either of these guys. Similar to Kamala, we're going to stay home. We're just going to not vote today.
They're just not going to vote. Exactly.
Well, I mean, the Democratic Party is due for some sort of lustration. But, Mike, you also mentioned enforcing. I don't think they want to enforce the borders. I'm pretty sure they want, like, legalized migration of some sort, like open borders.
Maybe. You're probably right there. I just know that all of them have been interviewed because the interviewer naturally asked them, like, well, so what are we going to do about, like, illegal immigrants or immigration control? Like, deport no one? And they're always like, well, no, we still think there needs to be immigration enforcement. Like, we have to do something about it. And they're like, well, then how the fuck are you going to do it? And they don't answer. They're like, something we need to talk about. You might be right, though, Andre.
I wonder, because I remember reading somewhere that their official stance is open borders or some sort of legalized migration policy. Like not immigration, but migration
Oh, I
policy.
see what
People
you're saying.
can.
Like mass amnesty, some kind of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, it's just get rid of everything. Get rid of everything. We'll figure it out later. It's like, guys, it's insane. I don't get it. Like, as annoying as a Kitover is, sometimes it's like, yeah, like guys, like why do y'all understand like this whole experiment we call the United States, like this republic, what's it, a democratic republic or whatever the fuck they call it? Like, it's ingenious. Like, I don't know why people just can't fucking understand it.
Because
it's fucking ingenious.
Because they think they have a better answer, and in order to actualize their vision, they need to destroy the current system, and then rise like a phoenix from the pile of
It's because we're the
burned down building.
There's a couple of things, Mike, you're not understanding. First and foremost, we're a very wealthy nation. We're so supremely wealthy. So all these socialist types, they always come to a wealthy nation. Russia was heck wealthy at the time. It had some issues, but it was wealthy enough. It had children. It was going, and the socialists love the idea of spending other people's money. They put their benchmark on successful nations. Cuba is a case in point. Prior to Castro's change, Cuba was a haven. Like, it was beautiful. You should read some of Hemingway's works on Cuba and some of his statements of it. Look at the photographs and look at movies even made there. However, the socialists come in and they're like, oh, we have a vision. And they basically deplete and they take all the money. They hoard it because, again, they think they're the elite. And what we want is power. And what they view is that they should be the ones in control. And so they don't want to recognize a system, and they can only exist off of the backs of an already established wealthy nation. And it's a cancer, it's a tumor. And we should.
Your mom's a cancer, bitch.
Yeah, okay. Make me a sandwich before you come back up. I want, like, no fucking mayo. I want that ground mustard, that hard yellow stuff, the fucking shit you can't swallow. I want that, turkey, lettuce, tomato, pickle, throw it all on there. That's what I want. And just because I'm an asshole, I want it on white bread. But back to what I was saying. The socialist dogma is literally a leech. Venezuela was fucking going to be the richest fucking place in the Caribbean. It was going to be unparalleled, and by proxy, it would have made a ton of associated other countries with proxy. They decided, I want to be a socialist, and I want to do all this, and they made a lot of promises, but then what people got were, in reality, was breadlines, impoverishment, using their own currency as toilet paper because it was actually worth more as asswipe rather than actual spending it for food. So when you realize that these idiots are literally people we should never listen to, then you should probably say, yeah, this is the tumors, and we do need to excise these from time to time. And plenty of people have written books about this, and they only exist in wealthy nations. You don't see them doing a bang-up job in Guyana. They're not over in South Sudan doing great, are they? You never see them in a poor nation doing fucking well. In fact, they'll take what modicum of wealth and power and prestige and progression that a nation's making and actually put it back to a third world because they're a plague.
Well, I mean, it's sort of within their mythology because they see it as a next step after capitalism. So they need a nation that has a well-developed capitalistic system to transition into the socialism and then communism. I mean, that part makes sense. But the problem I think that the theorists encountered, especially was like developed by the Frankfurters in the mid 20th century, that the capitalist society is very well when it's has a it's free and open society. It it finds compromise. Like there is no conflict between proletariat and bourgeoisie, as they described it, because people want to cooperate, so they find some sort of compromise in order to move forward. And the workers, if they have an opportunity to move up the ladder, they don't really want the revolt. They don't want a violent revolution.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how they would have even the states, they're not winning in like massive ways. They would have a violent revolution. Like I would be the first one to go up. Like I have no problem. I would take my dommy's head and be fine with it. If it came down to a revolution, I would be like, all right, guys, here's how we're gonna do it, and we take it. And honestly, there would be, and to be fair, it is starting to get dicey out there. Like, I mean, I'm in Houston, Andre, and I drove through one part of Houston, and there was like this little protest. It wasn't really little, but it was like maybe a 100 or so people, maybe a couple hundred, and they're all like holding their little, we're Muslim, we're proud kind of thing. And I'm sitting there watching that, and everybody's kind of just watching with side eyes. And I'm like, this is the wrong fucking state out of all the fucking states. The only other one worse would probably be Florida, because DeSantis doesn't put up with that shit. But the people of Texas aren't like really thrilled with this. In fact, they purposely go to town halls where these groups try to get a hold and build a community. They push back on mosques being built, and they're absolutely fundamentally 100% against it. And by contrast, they're even trying to get Abbott to oversee all the importation of people from India and saying, hey, we want them out. But Elon Musk and others are getting them in because, Texas needs a shit ton of engineers, especially in Beth. But I mean, there's a big concerted push to get to them and massively change it, because nobody likes it. And that includes the Hispanics here. Like, they're absolutely against them. And they're not even, they're angry about it, because they're like, hold on a moment. No. This doesn't happen.
Well, their value system is very close to, like the conservative paradigm. Out of curiosity, was it like a U of H area, or was it downtown?
Yes, it was the U of H.
I knew it.
Viking, do you know?
I lived in Houston for 7 years, and I know Houston.
Oh, you did? You did too? Do you guys know where?
I went to school in Houston.
Oh.
My brother
do you know where Greenwood Village is?
No, I was an owl.
I just moved from Baytown.
Viking, you know that mall?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Baytown. That's funny.
Viking, you know that mall with the skating rink inside it?
Yes, there's a mall with the skating rink. It's the Galleria.
Yeah, it's a mall with a skating rink.
It's like right down the street from that, kind of, on the Target side.
Dude, Houston
that,
traffic.
That area that got flooded during the hurricane, they had water up to like they're like, the houses are kind of built up a little bit of hill, but up to like double the curve. It was crazy. They had water damage there forever, bro.
You know what Humble is at, or Humble, whatever they call it.
Yep.
Yeah, my brother still live out there. Some nice houses in Humble.
Oh
the lower poverty areas is kind of all through like little Baytown, Houston. Then you got the nicer neighborhoods, but I didn't see no poverty neighborhoods in Humble.
I fucking hate Houston. It's like one big traffic jam.
Yeah, what do they have to say? Houston traffic still sucks.
Just a big fucking traffic
small pocket of like, I would say it has a small corner of impoverished. I've driven through there too. I was actually looking there because I was like, oh, Galveston, and then someone said, oh, maybe you like Baytown and Seabrook and some of these other areas to move into. I went to Baytown. I didn't like the smell because of all the refineries and the plants.
Yeah, Baytown is trash. There's too many factories in Baytown.
Yeah.
Brett, I didn't know that you're in H-Town. Next time I'm in town, I'm going to give you a buck.
Yeah, we'll go out. We'll hit one of the places around here. I'll take you out for a night of bourbons. I mean, of course, you're probably going to order a fucking steak. So
Chinatown is my jam, dude. Chinatown is my jam.
Viking, is you going to come fuck with me in the ward?
Yeah, I'll go to Louisiana to go to a casino was crazy.
Right? There's people that do
We don't have gambling in Texas, man. It is what it is.
Nah, that shit whack as fuck. I'm a casino dude, man. I used to that ass drive that 2 hours all the way to the nearest casino in
Kachada is
Louisiana.
the name of it, right?
Lake Charles, you got Kashada, you got
Shit, growing up in Little Rock,
Golden Nugget.
Hey, listen, what they say over there, big slaps, no whammies.
I grew up in Arkansas. We had to go to Biloxi. Everybody would go down to Biloxi.
For anyone in Houston that has an animal, it's called Affordable Health Clinic. It's on I always want to say like
Little York.
Yes, Little York Road. You know which one I'm talking about?
Little York. Yeah.
That is insane.
Well, I don't know the spot, but I mean I know it's probably on that West Little York side.
Yes, Little York. That's exactly where it is. They are insanely affordable. The same exact treatment that we don't even want to move. My guy rescued this dog off the streets of Houston in January, and the dog has heartworm. So heartworm isn't like regular worming. It's like this long year process. You have to do months of preparation, doxycycline, prednisone. You gotta prep the dog. You gotta get the inflammation down, and then you gotta do these injections, and they have to stay overnight. And there's like this whole process. So it's like a year process to get rid of the heartworm. And in New York, the quotes that I get just from just my general area is anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. Down there is insane. Office visit $25, and they're not. It's the same exact thing. Like you're not getting anything different. You're not getting anything special. It's literally a test positive. Okay, this is what the heartworm is. I mean, it's the same exact thing. The office visits $25. The injections are insane. Like it's so good for anybody that is rescuing a dog or sees it. Just affordable health clinic. God bless.
Houston is an amazing city, man. Especially for like middle class people, lower middle class people. I think they present a lot more opportunities, like than most people, like most big cities. Just in terms of finding decent living for relatively affordable prices. I mean, we do got a crime issue. I'm not gonna front like that. Fucked up thing about Houston.
But it ain't black accents that are right. I think things to do right. Just gonna say that, Ron.
There's a lot of there's a lot of different types of criminals that are treated by Houston. I'm just saying, it ain't even just that happened.
Houston changed.
Let me tell y'all what happened with the trip. I'll tell you. In a short period of time, because that shit really hit my side of town like harder than any other side of town as far as the influx of people.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for you to think.
It wasn't like, let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm not gonna deny that the initial wave, like Katrina happened, August, September, when that shit happened, and following September, October, November, the first 3 months, it was wild, man. I'm not gonna front with y'all. We weren't used to that. But after that 3-month wave hit, a lot of what happened, a lot of these people that was locked up came out here. So a lot of the people that was dying were actually New Orleans people killing New Orleans people. Unfortunately, that child murder rate up because they gonna get reported as murder.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But that's really what the spike was. After they left, and I'm talking about the immediate aftermath, I know this to be a fact. It's people that was doing their thing out here on some robbery shit, on some other shit, and getting like wigs with dreads and coming up, say, Ron, give me what you got, Ron. You heard me? But they really Houstonians, you feel me? So like that of shit was happening. Crime in Houston, I don't believe it's a good side of town or a bad side of town. Like, everything is like right next to each other. It just depending on where you at. Like, that shit really matters. I work in the Galleria area, and I tell people every night, like, yeah, just because this is a high dollar shopping area, it's money over here, that shit is still in Southwest Houston, and it's sit off two major freeways. So, like, it's a lot of robberies over there. Yeah, it's like, it is what it is, man. Keep your pistol.
When you go to those like real big cities, it's always like that. Like New York is like that. Man. You could be in a nice neighborhood. New York City, I mean, you could be in a nice neighborhood. Baltimore is like that. Man. You could be in a nice neighborhood. Like these real big cities, they kind of.
I was just real Baltimore, real big city. I agree with what you said.
Baltimore, I mean, it's a metropolis. Like everything around Baltimore is considered Baltimore. Like it's around Baltimore is what's called Baltimore. Like the county is Baltimore County. So all of those little towns around Baltimore, they're like Baltimoreans in their mind.
You see us, we don't have zoning laws in the city of Houston. Some of the outskirts cities, like other counties, maybe Fort Bend, Missouri County, even some stretches of Harris County has zoning laws, but like Houston, Harris County is no zoning laws. So it's like that in itself is why.
My favorite Houston experience so far. I was driving back from right over down there to.
And I love
This was in New Haven, wine country,
Central Jason, one of the rain.
and I was coming back, and I blew out a tire. How stupid me! Left my spare, and yeah, we're just gonna do this, and I'll be alright. You know what? It's all highway here. You know, I don't need anything. And I again, typical New Yorker thinking like, oh, this will be great. And I have like assistance, roadside assistance. I got all this shit. Like I don't know this was fun. And it was a stupid error. I blew a tire out. I didn't even see the like little piece of metal in the road. It pierced the sidewall like right through. And I'm sitting there. I have to pull over to that these like little stops where they have the roadside stop. And I call, and this truck driver comes up, and he's like, hey, I have a, couple lights. He's broken English, obviously. And he's like, oh man, it's like, oh, I don't know where to go. He's taking me to the nearest hotel. I guess I'll have to call the morning to find a tire place. He's like, you're gonna buy a tire? I was like, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try. He's like, well, we can get you a tire right now. He's like, hold on, I'll pull you over here. Takes me out to some area. I'm like, yeah, this is how work movie started. I'm probably gonna get nice with my chains on, but this will be a great way to go out. And go to this side, and it's in this kind of community right here. The guy comes over, he comes on his truck, he's like, I just need the size of the tire. He's like, oh, this is a big one. He's like, I'll get you one. Next thing I know, like 20 minutes later, he's back with it. And I was like, what are you kidding me? He's like, if you got cash or cash app, he's like, 350 is the total for this. I was like, absolutely. I tell you what, that's a crazy experience I've had outside of the heat. I was just like fucking great. And not only that, is he brought me a roast beef coulis and some chicken thing that his wife made for was like, I was saying, this is great. This is like world trip.
My favorite time, and I used to didn't appreciate the rodeo the way I should have. Like, my old man used to be on the rodeo committee, so like that nigga, nothing else man do get into the rodeo. Don't do much else with it. Get into the rodeo. And like I kind of think I took that experience for granted as a kid, having all that access to it. So like the rodeo was a unique experience. Have you been to that white night, that white winter night in the Heights?
Yes, I was just at that one.
Now, I ain't been in a couple years, man. I don't, look, to be real with you, I don't even like just be politicking in the Heights like that. A couple years back, a good partner of mine had a party. Like 43rd, West 43rd. They got some live ass bars over there. But yeah, I wouldn't. That like that women night. I like that. I like the light setup, man. If I ever lived on the north side of Houston, that's probably where I could make it.
I'll tell you what, it took a couple coworkers. I one of my first apartments, I was looking over various places, and before I settled up this condo, and I was like, all right, Lola, take me this one. She takes me to this like backside, and it's in Montrose. And
Brad ain't living in Montrose.
I looked around for about 30 seconds. I was like, this ain't for me. And she's like, oh, it's really beautiful. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you. I appreciate the artist quality. It's great. I don't really give a damn. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna go nuts with this because hey, there's clubs over here, right here, all this stuff. And looking at it, and I'm like, way too many great covers.
I used to work at this
Montrose in Texas.
It's Montrose Street. The street is called Montrose, but the area in that part of it, that's the gay area. I used to work at this hospital. Like, if you on West Terminal in Montrose, like going up West Terminal towards downtown, you know, to the left side, that's where all this. That's where Brad was about to move to. To the right side.
You want to live there?
Alright, now, if she had showed you that shit to the right side, you probably would have been tempted to live over there because it's different. But being me working in the industry, I mean, whatever, I took the job not knowing what a hospital really was. And thank God we didn't allow like local guests, because otherwise we would have had the worst that Houston had to offer. But half of the staff was gay, man. It's the whole time of my life now, man. I never felt like I done felt some microaggressions and racism, but I ain't never been discriminated against like I had working at this hospital. And I think it was largely because I wasn't gay. I got fired on some fuck shit. Dude that suspended me and didn't tell me he suspended me. And then when I was trying to say what's going on, then he let me know that I'm fired. Not knowing that I got a background in HR. You know what I'm saying? So I took it all the way up to the EOC. And I ended up selling it. I probably could have got more money if I had really pushed the money. But I needed some money at the time myself. But to this day, you know, any other travel hospitals, there's something called Hospital International. I get an extreme discount on that shit. Like, I'm a lifetime discount in the agreement that we had. Because I proved that it was like discrimination against me due to sexuality. Half the staff was gay. So yeah, that Montrose area is a weird area. Like, I got a cousin that's gay. We didn't have to go find him any drugs real bad. We didn't have to go over there and find him. It's a gay area, but it's a real shady area too. Ain't no reason to be over there.
You guys ever been to, it's somewhere in North Texas, probably around the DFW area. It's like this little town, and it is the bougiest ass town you've ever been in. If you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you haven't been there. The signs on, even like, for example, like the McDonald's, everything is in cursive.
Is it North Lake?
It's not North Lake. It's not North Lake, but it's around North Lake.
Trophy Club?
Where?
Trophy Club.
That's a place.
Yeah, that's all in that area. That Dallas, like, it's Frisco area. It's like going Dallas in between.
It's not Frisco. It's in Maine, but you know what I'm talking about. So like when you first of all, like I said, like McDonald's, it doesn't say McDonald's. It doesn't look.
Highland Park, University Park.
Like she would be talking about Highland Park.
Highland Park. So let me tell you. So step in volcanically. That has to be it.
It's where all the guys, the billionaire, all the oil companies.
The first time I went to North Lake, I went to a wedding like 3-4 years ago. I got a lot of family in Dallas, but I don't want to just be like on the outskirts of Dallas. Man, these motherfuckers had a neighborhood. I swear to God, they had castles.
I live in North Lake. I live right by the raceway.
Bingo. Am I bullshit? Man, they got a townhouse community that sit on a rock formation, right? And I'm looking at this shit. The livest properties that I done seen in Houston is probably like, Brad, you're probably familiar with like that San Felipe area, George, Oil area.
The Christmas area, wherever they got all the marshmallow wagon that takes kids around. Those houses do their Christmas lights, and they have like fucking snow machines going off and all sorts of crazy.
Greenswood got some crazy houses. Nothing like what I seen in Norfolk. Like, I was like, man, I felt like the most impoverished motherfucker in the world, man. Like, I done seen some shit, nothing like this. When a little wedding, like the ceremony, after what you call this shit, reception. Man, we literally, it was like, man, I'm like, man, am I in Buckingham Palace or something? It was like,
Yeah, probably we had it. So we went to the rodeo. We had a swing, and one of our friends was Halliburton. And they're big and expensive, like they're a powerhouse. And so one of their guys was making firefighters come outside. He said, you know what? Tomorrow, why don't you guys come by the office? I'm like, I'll take one by plane here in Houston. And sure enough, like tomorrow morning, I was on a private jet flight to Dallas to go up Billionaires Road to go to his party. And I'm looking at my outfit going, I mean, I have some nice clothes. I can afford it. But I'm looking at these people, and I'm looking at the toys, their houses, and the shit inside is okay to get to work. This guy's doing, and I'm like, this is a whole other world. This
it's
is
crazy to me, Brad. The Halliburton headquarters. Most of my life, mind you, I grew up mostly in Naples. Halliburton sat at the corner of Bel Air and goddamn Beltway. Feel me? Right like Chinatown. Right there. And I remember it used to be this company called Brown and Root. And I guess they bought them. And it came out early, like 95. We would see this shit, I'm like, what the fuck is Halliburton? You know what I'm saying? Never could have fathomed that this is this multinational fucking company. It's like the vice president of the United States about to come from this whole. And I remember they used to come to certain schools and shit. Like, fucking Halliburton, man. Couldn't fathom that it was. What say people?
I was just gonna ask, where's John Hamm and Billy Bob Thornton? What area are they in?
They're in Midland. That's where they're like,
That's north. That's only West Texas. We don't count them.
I'm gonna be on the next season. I'm there, but they do in setting up fucking corporate at the old shit. What the hell is that building? I don't know. We were walking out and had a presentation there, and they were taking sections. They just wanted people to walk by them until I got to see. It's actually a smaller version. I didn't realize it. I didn't get to go up and shake his hand and chat with him, but I can see him across the street. They just said it was really small. It's real sometimes we don't get it right, but the new stadium kind of does stuff. But like for Buffalo fans, everything is tradition. Once it's set up, people change. So like we didn't even like the name Rumbus. Like we wanted to stay in Rumble. Like the Buffalo Bisons, they're the AAA team. They moved from Crown to Highland Field, and people just stopped going for like a big bill. They said, all right, we accept it because just the stadium sucks. But the Bills uniforms are great.
Man, I couldn't imagine they putting my favorite rapper from Buffalo. I was like, what the fuck you think got the rapper from Buffalo? And one nigga put your line in jail, bro. So shout out to boys in the jail. My nephew, like, I don't know how this happened. He's a random ass Buffalo Bills fan. Like, lame as hell. He had two options. Be a Cowboy fan or be a Texans fan. And you failed. You want to go to the four-time loser.
Hey man, it's a little bit much. I'm still so that food is still
Hey,
fucking.
video shit on satellite. All right, so they got this this series called the Punchline Academy. They mostly be in New York, and what they do, they be going hood to hood. There's like people that like real rappers, you feel me? So they showed up in Houston. Obviously, a nigga like me gets selected, man. And this was my first line. And I'm gonna share this with Yo Dog because he like to stunt. I said I'm a motherfucking legend killer.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that it should be based on fear, but mutual.
You are a fascist, racist American.
How about be quiet?
You are a fascist, racist
Okay, you
American.
already said it. You already said it.
Yes.
Okay, you already said
I'm
it.
sick and tired of the U.S. attacking
You already
Iran.
said it. You already said
and
it.
Israel,
I'm not doing
Israel
anything about it.
threatening.
No,
Israel
you guys
threatening.
should submit
Israel
to
threatening.
the
Israel has
power.
been threatening my
Submit to the
hometown in
power.
Iran with nuclear. You
should
are
submit to the power.
You are a Nazi. You are a Nazi. You believe in
Please,
fascism.
Mataba, stop doing
They
that.
are not Nazis.
We're not
They are
having a
cowards.
debate.
They are not Nazis.
We're not,
they are
we're
cowards.
not having a debate when you do these kinds of things.
Hitler was so brave.
So,
Hitler was
look,
so brave. They are not Nazis. They are
Tiger,
cowards.
I'm not sure about the last thing you said. A continental power.
We
would
love
fare better
Hitler. We love Hitler.
in a nuclear
we love
war.
Hitler. We love Hitler.
A continental power will fare better in a nuclear war than an island power. What makes you say that? I'm really perplexed by that. What makes you think that?
The U.S. is barbaric enough to have thrown.
Mataba, let Tiger say something.
The
Tiger,
U.S.
let
has
some other people
the U.S.
talk.
has used two
Mataba,
nuclear.
shut up and let some other people talk.
The U.S. has used
Mataba,
two nuclear weapons.
Mataba,
The U.S.
cut
is
it
the
out.
only country to
Mataba,
to use
was
nuclear
trying to
weapons.
Mataba,
Don't
Tiger was
lecture.
trying
Don't
to
lecture other people. Don't lecture other people. The U.S. is a barbaric
Mataba,
atomic.
Tiger is trying
Yes,
to
Jason.
It has used.
I wasn't
atomic
lecturing
weapons.
him. Mataba, I wasn't lecturing
Yes,
him.
you
I
are
asked him a
lecturing
question.
everybody.
No, I asked him a question.
You are lecturing everybody.
Your fascist imperialism cannot be hidden, Jason.
You say
You are exposed in our eyes.
has every right to do whatever it wants.
You are naked as if you were a new baby born.
The U.S. is a barbaric country. It has $1.5 trillion.
Down with America. Back to America.
So, Tiger, I'm just not sure why you think a continental power will fare better.
That's the cowboy Yankees.
I just want to say that it is quite evident that you are as critical as you are weak. This is what's going to happen, and this will continue to happen more and more in the near future as your country drowns in 40 trillions of debt. And fall behind in infrastructure, in technology, in military, in industry, in soft power. We're going to see more and more of this, Jason. And this is why it's perhaps unwise of you to ask me what China's going to do to you in a nuclear war. First of all, we're not.
But I'm not talking about a nuclear war with the U.S.
We were talking about, you said, we were talking about a nuclear war with Japan.
Yeah, Jason.
Okay.
If you're that
And you
interested
said
in me
Japan.
talking, then you should not interrupt me. I said, if
Well,
you,
but you're
okay,
not,
first of all,
you're
you
not
said,
staying on topic here.
You said if the United States left Japan, Japan would possess nuclear weapons, and then they would threaten to use the nuclear weapons on China, right? This is what
Yes,
you implied.
so far so good.
Okay, good. If the nuclear weapons are somehow left to Japan, or was
No,
developed
not
with
left to
US help-
Japan. Not left to Japan. They will be developed by Japan.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can tell you this. The moment that we get wind, we sniff out any radioactivity out of Japan, suggesting they're doing a nuclear test or developing nuclear weapons. According to UN, again, this is why I said China respect the UN and the laws. In the UN Charter, there's a clause which says the defeated Nazi powers, which was why the UN was formulated in the first place, if an allied, victorious allied country detects a remilitarization, which suggests further aggression from these defeated Nazi powers or fascist powers, then the victorious allied country, which China is one of, could start a military operation against them without UN authorization. This is explicitly stated in the UN. As a UN respecting country of China, when China detects that Japan is violating the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which they are a signatory to, and are remilitarizing and potentially being aggressive against China, China has full rights and legal authority to wage a war which does not need to have UN authorization against Japan. In that war, China promised that we will not use nuclear weapons first.
Okay, so
And
is
that's a
Jason
very-
saying that US should nuke Iran?
We're not talking
Well,
about Iran.
Jason's kind of crazy. in many
We
ways.
should talk about Iran actually.
But I'm talking about Japan.
Japan was 60 years ago.
But that's what we're talking about. So if you want to talk about Japan, that's
No,
not
I
what
want
I'm
to talk
talking
about Iran. Are you
Yo,
Zionist?
so you want to talk about Iran? Then talk about Iran with other people. who
So
want
are
to.
you Zionist? Are you afraid
I'm not
about what
talking
Iran is
about-
going to do?
I'm not talking about Iran.
Are you afraid to talk about Iran? Yeah?
Iran will be destroyed.
Admit it.
Iran will
Huh?
be destroyed
By who?
by Israel.
I think the big
So far
problem
is the opposite.
is that you have a unrealistic view of the world and especially of yourself. You have to reevaluate where America sits today in terms of its power. It's clear that America's waned, has been weakened, and in some ways weakened beyond repair. Should not in the next decade, right? It says something when you're running out of ammunition after a few weeks of bombardment, which doesn't even take out the critical infrastructure of Iran, have not debilitated their military response. And they have went ahead and destroyed over 10 of your military bases in the region and rendered them inoperable, including your CENT command headquarters. You have to reevaluate where your country is at and stop acting like, oh, if you leave Japan, they're going to have nukes and they're going to nuke China and Japan's going to take over China. America would just
Tiger, that doesn't follow. The thing
happen
about the
like
point
that.
about Japan doesn't follow. Because yes, if we leave Japan, Japan will have to fend for itself. What do you think they will do? I mean, that's the thing I don't get from your Chinese perspective. I'll finish up here. This is the thing I don't get from your Chinese. Please stop for a second. Please stop for a second. Please stop for a second. I don't, yeah, they will change it. They will change it. What do you think they will do when they're no longer protected by the U.S.? It makes no sense.
Jason,
Of
are you
course they will get
Ashkenazi
nukes.
Jew?
I'm
Your
not
last name is
Jewish.
Dosek.
Yeah.
Your last name is Dosek.
Yeah, what is that?
That's
mean?
Jewish.
That's
He's a Hungarian.
No, it's
That's a
not,
fucking
you idiot.
Ashkenazi Jew.
No,
Go back.
idiot. It is
Hitler
not.
should have burned you in the temple.
No, it is a
How the
Czech
fuck
name.
did you come here to
It
US?
is a Czech name, you idiot.
It's a
Czech
Czech,
name.
you know, it's one of those paranoia type of people.
No, we're racially pure Aryans.
No, Iran is Aryan. and Hitler is back.
No,
So
we're racially
be
pure
prepared.
aliens.
Bro,
I am a Nazi.
don't
Yes,
be
I am a Nazi.
anti-Semitic, bro. Come on.
So, but Tiger, I don't think that China has a realistic perspective on its neighbors or what they will do.
China is not gonna do shit.
China's gonna go
They are not. I mean, we are in the middle, or maybe 70% into World War III. China hasn't done anything. Russia, look at Russia, 5 years in war. Iran, 1 year in war. China is just sitting back. I don't think they're gonna do anything.
Not
This is
gonna
my
do anything.
view.
That's exactly what America did in World War II. They're just gonna sit back and trade with everyone.
No, America was involved heavily in World War II.
At the
That's
end.
how they became.
No,
You know.
Russia beat Germany.
Yeah, in my view, I don't think Chinese are fighters. They have good technology, AI, all of that. But I don't think they know how to fight. When was the last time Chinese?
And it's 2026, bro. It's all technology.
It's not supposed to be an insult.
Israel's winning and America's winning through gun invasions. They're winning through technology.
Well, I mean, technology plus the braveness and experience in the battlefield, all of that.
No, there's no braveness. It's all through a computer. There's no braveness. They sit back and press a button.
Why they haven't pressed the button yet?
China has already done its share of fighting.
They're pressing buttons like.
And
Well, I mean, I'm saying Russia and Iran has pressed so many buttons so far.
Jason,
they're winning.
when it matters, China has already shown courage
Crushing.
because
Look,
we have
Tiger, it's
defeated
very
the
hard to have
Americans
a
in Korea.
conversation here. So let's talk
It's-
another
we-
time. But
Yeah,
I just
I
want
know.
to say I
Okay.
appreciate your time, and obviously they're not going to let us talk here right now. So
Fuck
let's
Israel.
talk another time. All right, thank
Bro,
you.
don't be.
Go back to Czech Republic, Ashkenazi.
Bow down to Israel.
Sure.
Bow down to Netanyahu.
Fuck.
I'm
Fuck
Israel
Israel.
high. I'm Israel high.
No, you're just a goy.
Guys, don't be anti-Semitic, please.
As a goyim.
Dan Bilzerian lost today. That's sad.
Oh, he lost his primary?
Yeah, to the other guy in Florida.
No freaking way. I didn't even see this.
That nigga was not gonna win, bro.
Yo, he was an unrealistic candidate to begin with. No, it's not done yet. What are you talking? Oh no, it is.
It is. I think 18% he was, and then Randy was 58.
This is 25 from an hour ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Then he gained some.
Yo, yeah, Randy got wrong. Yeah, that guy was unrealistic. It's because he's a fucking candidate.
Well, guess what I can do?
Bro, if he won, America's cooked.
I don't know what he's gonna do next. Maybe he will run for president.
Yo, but to be honest, if you had Donald Trump as president, I think we could definitely be. What was this thing?
Donald doesn't have enough influence.
Bro, Donald Trump is a freaking celebrity billionaire.
He's not good.
Dan
That
Bilzerian is a
wasn't good.
billionaire, but
Protecting your fellow mutants.
he's just a celebrity.
And like he isn't like Dan Bilzerian doesn't have like he's not well connected. Like Trump
Yeah, he's not well
just
connected.
with
He's
everybody.
just a.
Even when he was even before Trump like in politics, like Trump knew everybody. Trump had connects with a bunch of billionaires. A bunch of very powerful people.
Plus,
Bilzerian's
he's
just like a
over 20.
degenerate gambler. He has like connects with like other degenerate.
His dad was a billionaire. His granddad,
Yeah,
was a billionaire.
he's a straight nipple baby.
Hey, you know, I don't know if I told you this, but you know his grandfather was a pimp.
Was he? Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty common in Romanians.
Wait, what? Wait,
The pimp thing, and you know the girls, you know they.
wait, his granddad's not Armenian. I'm pretty sure he's German.
You talking about Dan Bilzerian?
No, I was talking
Oh,
about
Trump. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, Dad, I don't know what Dad was. His dad was a billionaire. Actually, yo, yeah, his dad was like a
No,
multi-millionaire.
he was rich. He wasn't like a billionaire.
I don't think he was a billionaire yet.
Dan Bilzerian was also a nepo baby. He just used all his dad's money to create like this like he's a
Yeah, he
gambler.
fucked up the bag. Like Trump actually multiplied the bag. Trump was really fucked up the bag. Guy just keeps doing this freaking.
He's really known for just like having a bunch of parties. He's like a socialite.
And you're just starting to scratch the surface.
He's a diddler.
Think how much further you could go together.
He's a diddler.
We are the future of the human race. It's the truth.
Tucker Carlson would be a good candidate.
Yo, Drew, like, you have to get somebody that's already in politics. Like, someone brand new. Maybe Tucker Carlson actually might be a good one, though.
People know him. I mean, he has a lot of shows.
He's been in politics for some time. But Dan Bilzerian's brand new. Like, he wasn't gonna put in any work with that. What are the comments saying? Jesus.
Dan Bilzerian just not a good face for someone who's against Israel, man. He's not a good face.
I know, right? He's just
like
a public figure.
face.
He's got to stick.
I get it. I get most people want to vote for him, like, you know, he's opposing AIPAC and shit like that, and Israel, all these lobby, all this shit, whatever. But like, bro, it's Dan Bilzerian, bro. Look at this thing's Instagram, bro. Like,
Let me see his Instagram. What's his Instagram looking like?
it's just straight parties, niggas with Tate, just fucking bad bitches everywhere. Like, it's like, this is not a dude I
What's his
want.
Instagram? Why don't I see it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, that's it. Yo, how are you? What is he running for again? What is he running for?
Representative, Florida.
What is it? Like governor, senator? Like what is it for a thing?
I think House or something.
Yo, he
Like the House of Representatives, yeah.
He tweeted out they clearly cheated. They took away my votes. He tweeted that like a couple hours ago today.
Bro.
But I think 25%
I
is
can't lie.
pretty
He's
good.
not even wrong. They actually did. What the fuck? He showed screenshots. But he was still losing in both sides. They literally took away 2,000 votes. Are you looking at this? Yeah, I will send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
Still losing it. I don't know how reliable that source is though. It's NBC and CBC News.
What is it saying?
On his Twitter, it says he has a screenshot at 7:34 and then at 7:42. So after 8 minutes, they take away 2,000 votes.
Dan Bilzerian votes?
Yeah, the people voting for Dan Bilzerian, yeah.
That's possible. I mean, I don't know. Florida's pretty fucking. It's all Jewish people there.
Yeah, you're right. It's also in Florida. I forget. Florida has a heavy Jewish population. Like, they're super pro AIPAC. Like, for him to win over there is also difficult. Yo, is everybody else NPC here? Holy fuck, nobody else is talking. Is anybody alive? Yeah, not bad. I guess so.
We are among the living.
Who said that? Oh, Illumi?
Illumi.
Who's the girl you were saying?
I wasn't really even sure what you guys were arguing with Jacob over. I'm not sure. He's a fascist, so.
Oh, so he said Iran will be destroyed.
Yeah, he believes in American fascism.
Nice.
Which is fine. I mean, this is the natural
5,000 years.
things. There needs to be a there needs to be a force, a hegemony in the world, and there needs to be some struggle. There needs to be a Rome. And the Jews just haven't understood this yet. You know, they still want to thwart Rome. They want to take out Rome. And we Muslims want to work with Rome. Military, human tank tactics, and fight barbarians. Like, that's the natural order of the world.
Okay,
Tennessee Knoxville this year. It's going to be a huge deal
Yeah, we
because
got-
Arch Manning was coming. You know, Peyton Manning played at Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
And I will 100% run it to gain
No,
profit.
in communism.
So I'll be a capitalist in my business because I want to live. This has nothing to do with struggling towards socialism to be actually. You need to get yourself about that.
Ownership in a communist society is illegal. You're not allowed to own anything. You're not allowed to have a property.
Right. So okay. Thank you. So here you go. Are you listening? So I'm have this is what I have to say. So under communism, when we say nationalization, we mean the fucking means of production. The private property, it's yours to keep. Your house, your car, your hard-earned money, whatever property you have, it's yours to keep. But
What about my land?
The means of production.
If your land is going to be used for production,
Can I finish?
then yeah, that's going to be the states.
By the name of the liberal God, can I finish? So under communism also, any means of production must be owned by the majority of the people. It's simple as that, guys. We have places around the world, people are fucking going hungry and they can't find fresh water because there's some fucking greedy capitalistic company taking over the water resources. And
it's always like that.
Fact.
Yes.
Okay, so now here's of course I'm gonna blame the fucking rich.
That's the whole philosophy.
We need to national. Why the fuck would we have? Why the fuck would 95% of the world's wealth must be controlled by 3%? Are you gonna defend this? Be my guest. Go ahead and defend this. Go ahead. Do you know what? Do you know what, Marv? Fuck communism and fuck. I don't even care. I'm not even a communist anymore. Here you go. And you know what? You're right. Even Marx was a fucking faggot and he was gay, and all this shit is a bunch of nonsense. Go ahead. Give me a solution to the current problem of the world. Go ahead. Give me a solution. I'm gonna be with you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you.
I just denounced communism and socialism. I'm on the same page. Wallah, I swear to God. Give me a solution.
I finished my train of thoughts, please.
Go ahead.
No, you keep cutting.
My bad. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Well, the solution is pretty easy. Okay, an equal opportunity for you. If you're, if you're skilled, if you have a skill, if you know how to navigate your way through society, you will succeed. If you're not, you will not. No. If you're not skilled, then
the
you're
solution for world hunger.
That's humanity. That's the best thing you could offer.
So this is so you okay. So you're asking 3.5 billion people.
Just one sentence.
No. So you're asking 3.5 billion people around the world in whom they're starving. They need to be skilled.
Snowflake. You asked me.
They need to be skilled. Brother, actually, the argument you just made is kind of retarded. Go ahead. I'm a fucking mute and listen.
Okay, thank you. God. What I'm offering is an equal opportunity for everybody to succeed. If you won't succeed, that's your own problem. That's your nature as a human being. You compete. We all compete. Whether we're in a classroom or whether we're in a group or among friends or in sports, it doesn't matter. That's the nature of human beings. We strive for better life, for a better position in society, to be acknowledged, to be appreciated. Okay? Nobody is always equal at all levels in every single thing that you can imagine. That's the solution. Giving the freedom of opportunity for people to succeed.
Yeah, I got
If you don't give them the opportunity, and you give them all under one.
Right. So your answer is the freedom for people.
100%.
So the freedom. Okay. So I just.
Hold on. If I cannot even own something to my name, bro, the founder of a video game called Tetris didn't even own the game because he made it in the Soviet Union. A freaking video game. He couldn't have the
Why
right
would he
to
own the game?
He made it. What do you mean?
I just denounced communism. Why are you even talking about Tetris or I'm not a Stalinist first. I'm not a Stalinist.
Listen.
Brother, I just denounced communism and you continue to go back. I took all of your content from you. I just denounced communism. I'm going back to fucking communism. Why?
It was not during the days of Stalin. Okay?
Brother, when we say Stalinism, we don't mean in the days of Stalin. Stalinism is a political perspective. It doesn't refer to Stalin himself. It's a political thing.
Some philosophers, okay? The ability for you to actually, the ownership.
So I thought you were done, brother. It was my turn to answer you because you made your point clear.
Just go ahead. Yeah, whatever.
Thank you so much, man. That's really respectful for you. Thank you so much. Right, so I just freaking do. I mean, you really convinced me, especially in the Mark's life phone.
You asked me
Yeah,
a
that was
question,
really.
I'm trying to answer
But I
it.
got, but
I'm not
you
looking to
succeeded,
convince
brother.
you.
You converted me. I got.
You were in
Right.
2026
So I thought it was my turn to speak. I thought it was my turn to speak. I don't know. You're laughing, but it's not nice laugh. Go for it.
You know why I'm laughing? Actually,
I don't want. I want to know. I don't want to know.
somebody who
It's my
dresses
turn
like
to
a
speak
cowboy,
respectively.
somebody
I
who
thought
dresses
you're
like a
liberal,
cowboy
Mr.
is a
Marv.
more
You should
liberal-
allow me to speak. It's freedom in speech. It's freedom of speech. I thought you believe in everybody's right to speak.
to allow you and not allow you to speak. What the fuck is
I don't
this
know what you're
dumbass
doing.
argument?
It sounds some
This
form
is
of
the dumbest
stuff.
argument ever. Oh, I thought you were liberal.
Okay, thank you. I don't care about what you think.
I'm not an authority.
I could say the same about yours, but I didn't.
I'm not a
Because I respect my hearing. Anyways, let me say this. So I just denounced an entire philosophy, an entire perspective towards like literally looking at life, defining what is reality, what is world, and literally a theoretical
you have
practice.
no idea what it is anyway.
Let me fucking finish.
Why?
First rule of a liberal, you need to believe in freedom of speech, brother. Do I have even to teach you about what liberalism means? Come on.
No, please
You
go
can,
ahead.
you can do better. Come on. So what I'm saying, I just denounced that. I denounced literally a theoretical and practice perspective towards how society needs to know. I denounced an entire economical system, an entire social system, and your alternative was we need to treat each other equal because we people very according to skill. Thank you, Mr. Maf. خلاص, I'll think about it actually. I'll think about it. God. Thank you so much. This is really, really intellectual. That's really intellectual conversation. You kind of convinced me. But thank you.
I'm not trying to convince you.
Like the problem, people. I don't know what.
Hold on.
So here's the thing. Let me say something. So no, before you go, Benny Habibi, before you go. So the problem is, guys, if we listen, I do understand that I can assume that the people at least engaging in the past conversation were born post 1985 or like 1980. So like literally their teenage years and their young age years lived post the Soviet era. Like we've lived in the booming area of capitalism. So it makes sense. I know that the current philosophy in which it rules the world is the philosophy of the ruling class. I mean, no doubt about that. Me, myself, if you ask me, I would be 100% pro into living in a country like Sweden, other than Syria. If you tell me, do you want to live like in Norway or in Iceland or even in Germany or even in the United States of America, and you tell me, do you want to live in those countries or you want to live like in Syria?
Those are very capitalist countries, though.
Exactly. Yeah, this is why I'm saying this. I would 100% live there. That's the first point. The second point is this: like when I call myself a communist, so this is what I do. I have some answers. So this is what I've always said to anybody who was interested to get into this debate, or even for fun, or maybe sometimes they were being serious. I have some answers, and these answers needs to be built up from zero. Like we need to build from ground and go upwards. For example, you just made a claim, Mr. Marv, saying that like.
No, I didn't make any claim, but go ahead, yeah.
I didn't even say the claim. Communists wanna eliminate property, your right in like owning a property, and I just explained clearly that that's not true. We want to eliminate the private ownership of means of production. I'm gonna elaborate why. Why would we agree?
No, but
The means of production are the factories and the lands.
Yeah, but that's not.
What's left?
Hold on, Marv. Wait.
Okay, then let's have
hold on.
Marv, you're right, Marv. You're kind of
guys, just the two of you chill out. So like, okay, what's the claim here? What's the debate that's being made? Because if it's a matter of is communism the right ideology to, govern society, right? I think William, you kind of.
I'll tell you this.
Hold on. Marv. Wait. استنى خليه يخلص. يلعن هاي يا زلمة خليه يخلص. So yeah, so I want to know like what's the claim, right? And then we can actually have a conversation. But right now it's just we're just yelling back and forth about communism and capitalism, and we can both agree that we can find bad examples or bad policies or whatever in both. But what's the claim being made? Does William want to make the claim, or does Marv want to make
You
the
know
claim?
what, Benny Adam? You choose a claim and let's have it specific. It doesn't have to be on an economical basis. Just choose a claim. Maybe with an economical basis. Just choose a simple claim. Doesn't even have to
Marv,
be
are you
about
okay with that?
communism or capitalism.
Yeah, sure.
No. I know that's what we're talking about. We're talking about communism.
Let's have a conversation and include everybody. It doesn't have to be me and Marv only.
Of course, I can include everybody. Yeah.
Just one point. Since I was born in the '90s and I actually missed on the booming, era of communism. Man, I'm so sad I missed all these famines, all those people who ate each other, millions of them dying of starvation. Man,
Brother, I'm losing brain cells here. Benny Adam, can you control this and make it a bit please, Benny Adam? So I control him so hard, he wouldn't.
Listen. But capitalism has created some famines as well. Like, we're not just gonna measure it by famines, right? But I believe if you measure it in a utilitarian manner, that what system provides the most good for the most number of people, right? I believe when you take into account the most good part, right? I think capitalism does a better job than communism does.
Trump's communism 1,000
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think communism does really well.
It falls directly into the horse.
So Benny Adam, حبيبي.
Hold on. Wait. Let me.
Instead of people simping for each other about what they think is reality, make a claim, Benny Adam.
But the thing is, and like I said, I just.
And by the way,
Again?
William is a genius troll. You just don't get it, you guys.
What is the
Genius
claim,
troll,
Benny
William.
Adam? Say the claim again one more time, please.
The claim is that capitalism provides, from a utilitarian standpoint, capitalism provides the most good for the most number of people.
The most good for the most number of people. Capitalism provides that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your claim?
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is
Or this is a claim that we can make.
actually the
Are you
CCP
gonna
has shown
elaborate on
itself
that?
to be the best kind of system to maintain a healthy, content, fact, wide middle class.
Sorry? Which system?
The CCP system has actually shown itself to be the most
CCP system
useful
is highly
a
capitalistic.
wide, healthy.
Is what, Benny Adam?
Highly capitalistic.
What?
Highly capitalistic.
Highly capitalistic?
Yes.
Yeah, يسوع المسيح.
Yes. It is. It had reformed itself. It reformed itself. It's not. This is not the CCP of Mao Zedong, right?
You know what?
This is a
I
very
think-
different CCP.
Nah, you know what?
We go to China. There are billionaires in China. Like,
Benny, it doesn't make sense that the only it doesn't make sense that the first example that debunks your claim, that's not a.
No. Actually, China kind of proves my claim, because China, under a very ideological capitalist system, was really bad and led to famines. Once Mao Zedong died, and Deng Xiaoping came in and started reforms and started opening banks. He started visiting Japan and America and understanding how a Western economic system functions.
Emerald,
and then
the problem.
implemented that in China, then that's why we have.
The problem is we start with fucking Mark's wife. We start with Mark's wife. We start with fucking Mark's wife.
Mark, is what I said wrong?
Benny Adam, fucking shut up and listen to me for a second, for God's sake. Mark, your fucking Syrian background is like getting hard nowadays.
What the fuck does my Syrian background have to do with this?
You're Canadian, you should be nice.
Yes, I'm Canadian. And Canadians are fucking assholes.
You should be nice.
No, Canadians are fucking assholes.
Okay, go.
Say sorry. I love it when you say sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I'm a fucking guy.
You're great, Benny. We love you. Come on, stop it.
So he be even hating on Canadians. Oh my God, Benny, come on. You're not only anti-Semitic, you be hating on Canadians. Okay, we forgive you. The Semitic people forgive you. So what I'm saying, Emrose, we start with the wife of Marx, and then somehow, after getting into 25 points about what we think about communism and making 2,400 fallacies in between. Now we're talking about the capitalistic ventures of the CCP and the Chinese government. And Benny Adam just made couple claims that this is absolutely and utterly doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what? How does that not?
But the point is, the point.
I just want
The
to
point
clarify.
is how we can carry on in this company. It will never work this way. It will never. Bani Adam, okay. It's not a challenge or anything. This is something that I'm really interested
Before
about.
I don't cut you off in the middle, just want to
I'm
clarify.
done.
I love Benny Adam. I have nothing like this is not like a Benny Adam pileup. This is all friendly.
Okay, guys. I sent the evidences about
Oh
Turkish
dear God.
Oh my God. Get the
Amir's
fuck
room
out.
back channel. It's in Amir's room back channel. So before you bullshitting your own, just go and read them. Make sure you're reading them, you know.
Thank you, Florence, for wasting about 2 hours, right, in this space. You could not provide single fucking evidence. We're just a #1 bullshit guy.
No,
anyways, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. So I just hold on. So wait, hold on. In a communist system, William. Hold on, William. In a communist system. In a communist system. Hold on.
I have a question that you're gonna like. I promise you. Are you really interested into going into this?
Hold on.
Before you get,
Yes, I am interested.
I'm not interested in doing this for content. Are you?
I'm interested.
I'm gonna add you to a space. We can have this maybe later.
Okay. But I just have a quick question for you. Sure, but I just have a quick question. In a system, can private individuals own the means of production?
No.
Okay. In China, they can.
Yeah, I know.
No.
So how is it communist?
Did I make
it describes it?
Brother Amir, when you
No.
Can you please tell any Adam that you're calling me
Emerald said
Ben Adam is a big
that China is a good example of communism being utilitarian good from a
Ben Adam,
utilitarian
did I make
perspective.
the claim that
No,
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, Benny. I said that
You guys didn't say that China was communist?
Try to explain.
China is not communist.
I said
China's not communist, exactly.
Wait, Benny. Look, first of all, I learned that William has his own definition of communism, but a self-proclaimed. Wait, Benny, let me say this. Fuck, I'm not fighting with you. Self-proclaimed CCP does have a communist agenda. We can't argue. And the fact is that they have managed to create a very complacent, stable, fat, wide middle class. That is not a coincidence. I'm not saying it's communism. I don't know what it is, but their self-proclaimed ideology is communist. So
No. Emeralds, what you have to understand about China is that communism was just like they had a civil war between the nationalists and the communists won. Mao Zedong tried to implement communism. Things went really fucking bad. Really bad. Like we're talking about like tens of millions of people dying during the Great Famine and the Cultural Revolution. Hold on. I'm trying to explain to her. Hold on. I'm trying to explain to her. Hold on.
That shit didn't happen in a vacuum, Ben Adam Habibi.
Oh my God, dude!
Why is those fucking millions were dying in China? Hundreds of millions were fucking dying in India under the British capitalist colonialism.
Yes, correct.
So you have to be consistent. It has nothing to do with communism or not. You have to be
that's how Brits were treating their colonial dogs.
Yeah, you have to be consistent.
That's how the Chinese were treating their own people.
On a capitalist perspective, for a reason to produce profit, absolute profit.
Let me fucking finish. Anyway, they still have. It was still a communist by name when Mao Zedong died, and nobody dared overthrow him. Deng Xiaoping came in after him, right? And he realized that this is not working. So he started visiting Japan, South Korea, America. He opened up trade with Nixon. And he started understanding how Western economic systems work. And one of the key factors in a Western economic system is the multitude of numbers of banks. Because money is produced in our capitalist system, not by the government. The government has ceded monopoly over the creation of wealth, of money. It's mostly banks. When you go get a loan, a mortgage, you're not borrowing $1 million.
I know these things.
Hold on. Let me finish.
There are no private financial institutions in China.
There are.
I think they're all backed by the state to some extent.
Yes. Again, but the point is that you needed a lot of banks. In China, they had one central bank handling everything. What they needed is a lot of little
I
banks,
agree. So they
right?
created
So basically, okay. So basically, they started transforming. I'm going to give you the short. They started transforming their economy. They now officially describe themselves as a communist with Chinese characteristics, which is communism with an aspect. I'm getting to it. They officially describe. Hold on.
We can hear you. Lower your fucking voice.
Dude, let me finish.
Lower.
I don't have to. I don't. You keep interrupting me. You keep interrupting me. Because you keep interrupting me. I'm trying to finish.
Boys, stop.
Let me finish. Okay.
Boys, stop.
Go ahead, but speak quietly.
Just lower your voice. That's all.
Okay. So yes,
Thank you.
they started describing themselves as Chinese or communists with Chinese characteristics, quote unquote, which is a huge asterisk, basically saying that this hardcore communism stuff doesn't actually work. Their official description of their economy is a socialist market economy, right? Which allows for private enterprise. And that's the point, is that they're not communist. They tried it didn't work, they moved on.
Okay, so my question is this. You say they tried it. I say that they tried it. They realized they need to make adjustments. Can we still call it communism? I don't know. But the fact is that there is something that is working there. But simultaneously, and William, there's no denying that too, they kidnap their own parliament members in the middle of meetings. They have concentration camps. They have social credit. They have ample control over the population.
Yeah, so that's authoritarianism. That has nothing to do with that.
It does, because
you can have an authoritarian capitalist system.
Then you have to let me finish. It's the same thing you asked. So, and again, I'm not making an opinion. I'm trying to untangle this in my brain as we talk. The way I see it, it started as a communist system. It had to make adjustments in order to be able to stay in power. You can't force 1 billion people. So you have to create a very complacent, very happy middle class. Right? They had to create that status. The problem is that, and they still maintain authoritarian powers that can drastically change the situation at any given time. So we have, even though it looks as if there's a growing content middle class, it's an illusion, isn't it?
No, not really.
And that's where it comes. But you're the one who always says democracy is not necessarily a good thing. Maybe this is a model worth looking at.
Oh, absolutely.
Improving and saying, okay, they can call it communism, they can call it socialism, something that works. They're managing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it works. I love this. I love the way it works. Don't get me wrong. It's not communism. That's why I said. Can you call it communism if it allows for private ownership of the means of production? If the answer to that was yes, or sorry,
but
no,
it's not exactly,
which obviously is not. So that's why. But I admire. But Emerald, I admire the Chinese system.
Wait, you can't call it private owner means of production because those companies, first of all, to some extent, the CCP has holdings in it. Second of all, they live in a system where the CCP can nationalize it in a blink of an eye and nobody can do anything. So
sure, but that's the case in a lot of other countries. No. Civil forfeiture and stuff like that.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying we need to. We're hung up on definition too much without breaking down the actual reality and trying to understand what it is.
No, in reality, it is. They have like special economic zones, like Guangzhou or like other Shanghai, I think, other like major port areas that are like extra capitalistic. They have a very intricate model. I'll give you that. But you can't call it communism. They don't even call it communism, despite the fact that it's called the Communist Party of China. I know it's weird, but like I said, they started with it, but then they kind of moved on and transitioned out of it.
You can't say that their authoritarianism over means of production of the population does have communist characteristics.
No. Authoritarianism can be feudal, it can be capitalistic, it could be socialistic, communist. Authoritarianism is something else. It's another part of the spectrum. We're talking about the economic model, not the societal model, right?
Can I hear William's opinion too? After
sure.
that,
I actually want to hear Tiger. Tiger is from China. Tiger would probably like.
But William has been waiting patiently.
No, I have nothing to say.
The only thing I want to say is people like Rose have been drinking too much Western Coke. And the analogy I would like to make is that the U.S. Army